Hi friends, welcome to codewithsugi YouTube channel. So in this video, we're going to discuss about why we need return type in a method. Okay. For that, I'm going to create a class called method return type. And obviously we need main method. So I'm just selecting it. Fine. Now we got the class, right? Fine. So before we get into this, why we need a return type, first I'm going to take a method with void return type. That is, I'm not going to return anything to that method. And let's we see how we going to solve this problem. Say for example, we're going to take a problem like add two numbers and then multiply it with 5 if the sum is greater than 100. We're going to consider this requirement to explain about the return type. So initially I'm going to take a method with void return type. Okay, that means I'm not going to return anything in that method. So I'm going to say public static void sum. So obviously we need two numbers, right? So I'm going to take two variables here, that is integer a and then integer b, and then I'm going to say integer sum equal to 0. Okay, then sum equal to a plus b. So now we got the sum. Okay, so as per our requirement, if the sum is greater than 100, then we need to multiply the sum with 5. So how to achieve that? We need to go with the if statement to check the sum value, right? So I'm going to check if the sum is greater than 100, then I'm going to say sum equal to sum into 5. So now we got the output, right? So after that I'm going to print this sum multiplied with 5 comma value is plus sum. So now I'm going to call this method. So we know how to call the static method, right? We have to use the class name and then we have to call the sum method and then we have to pass two values, right? So 20 comma 9. If you add 20 plus 9, then we will get 29. Then it should not multiply that value with 100. Okay, let's we see. Going to run this. So we are not getting any output. So that means the program is working as expected. So say for example, now I am going to run the same program with the input 20 comma 100. Now if you go and run this program, you are getting the output as 600. Okay, that means 20 plus 100 120, 120 into 5 equal to 600, right? Fine. So now we are getting the output as expected. This is the operation which is not related to sum, okay, but we are having that inside of the sum method. So to handle these kind of things, we need to go for the return type methods. If you have a return type method, then you can return the sum to that method, then you can perform the operation whatever you want. Okay, and one more thing is, in the readability wise, okay, if you read this program, we have mentioned it as sum, but when you get into this method, you came to know that we are performing some other action apart from the sum, right? So it's contradict with the whatever name you are having. So to avoid all those things, we need a return type to solve this problem. Okay, now I'm going to create another one method with the return type and we will see how to solve this problem. Just I'm going to comment this and I'm going to create a method with a return type and I'm going to name it as sum. Okay, integer a comma integer b. So here what we need to do, we need to return this sum directly. Okay, what we are doing, we are taking two values and we are adding it and just we are returning that to the method. Okay, now whenever you call this method, right, I'm going to say sys out. So this how only we have to print the value to see what is the value which we are returning in this method. Okay, fine. So now I'm going to run this program. We are getting the output as 120. So now we got the output for the sum, right? So now I'm going to take this value into a variable called sum. Okay, then I'm going to say method return type dot sum of 100 comma 40. Okay, in the sum now you will get the value whatever is returned from the sum method. Okay, fine. Now here you can write the logic like if sum is greater than 100, okay, then you can very well say sum equal to sum into 5. Okay, and here you can print whatever you want. Okay, the sum is plus sum. Okay, now I'm going to run this program and let's see what is the output we are getting. So we are getting the output as 700. So now whatever the name you are having for the method sum is not contradict with anything, right? Because in the previous method we performed the sum, then we have multiplied the value if the sum is greater than 100. But we are doing the same here with help of this return type method, right? We can easily take that sum value and we have performed whatever action we want. Okay, so this is the main use of having the return type in a method. Okay, so now we will get into some real-time classes and let's we see how they are using the return type. Okay, so for that I'm going to this JRE system library, because inside of JRE system library we will have the Java base, right? So all the base classes will be available here. So just click on this Java base, then you will get java.lang. Okay, I'm going to take any one class here and we will see to access this return type methods. Okay, now let's we consider this integer class. Okay, so in this integer class, if you do control O, okay, then you can able to see the methods whatever we have in this class. Okay, whatever is specified here, if it is having a yes, then this is a static method. And now you can see the methods without s, right? So these are all the instance methods, and you have a c, right? So this is the constructor. Okay, but we haven't talked anything about constructor till now, so we will see later on. But time being, let's reconsider, they marked it as c, then that means it's a constructor. So here in this integer we are having a static method sum. Okay, now I'm going to click on this. Okay, see, the sum method whatever we had in our program, right, the same method is available here. I'm going to consider this class to explain about this sum functionality. Okay, here see what they are doing, whatever we did the same they are performing here. They are taking a sum method and the method is taking two arguments, then they are returning the sum. Okay, whatever sum you are getting out of this, you can perform your own actions. So that's the reason we are using the return type. Okay, now I think you have some good idea about why we are using return type. Okay, so how to access this? So now I'm going to create another one class. Okay, because I don't want to confuse with this class, so I'm going to create another one class. I'm going to say like class method return type real, and then I'm going to take a main method here. Fine, now in this main method I'm going to say integer dot sum. Okay, then the sum is expecting two values. Okay, so I'm going to say 30 comma 20, and let's we print this. I'm going to say run as. If I run this, I'm getting the output as 50. Okay, so the same way how we performed here, so we took that value into a sum variable and then we performed if condition, then in that if condition is matched, then we will multiply that value with 5. So this is how we can perform the operation here also. So now I think you have some good idea about what is the real use of return type. Okay, going forward we're going to discuss the topic and then we will going to relate that topic with the real-time Java classes. Okay, I hope in that way if you learn, that will be very helpful for you. If still you guys have any doubts in this, please feel free to put your comments in the comment section, so that we will try to have a look and we will try to revert back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching our videos. Please subscribe our channel for more videos like this. Keep supporting us. Thank you.